This has not been the most exciting series of baseball down here at Sugarland's Constellation Field. It's been a successful one for the Barnstormers. They guaranteed themselves at least a split, but the last four games have all been blownouts. They've been decided by the fifth inning, if not earlier than that. The Barnstormers have won two of those blowouts. The Sugarland Skeeters have won two of those blowouts. But the one game that's been competitive, we are match here today. Brian Evans on the hill for the Barnstormers. Evans coming in with a record of 5 wins, 3 losses. Brett Marshall, 6-4 for the Sugarland Skeeters. They pitched the series opener back here on Friday night, and it was Sugarland leading for a while. They were up 4-1 until it got to the bullpens. The Barnstormers were able to erupt for 6 runs over the final 3 innings and pull the game out by a final score of 7-4. The Barnstormers currently at 6-6 in the second half, 44-37 overall. Nobody has taken charge of the second half in either division. The best record in the Atlantic League in the second half of the schedule is 7-5. Bridgeport currently owning that. We have no idea at this point, other than the Somerset Patriots, who will be going to the playoffs in the Atlantic League. This is set up for a pretty dramatic finish. Of course, we're just 9 days away from the game at Southern Maryland, which will determine the first half champion in the Freedom Division. The Barnstormers are set up to throw Brad Bergeson that night. It will be either Thompson or right-hander Gabby Hernandez going for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs as that series is getting set up. The Barnstormers will be coming from New Britain, and Southern Maryland will be coming from Somerset. So you're going to have a couple of road-weary teams matching up when we get to what is tantamount to a playoff game next Friday night at Regency Furniture Stadium. The Barnstormers are thin on the roster. In case you weren't tuned in last night, Vladimir Frias was acquired by the Arizona Diamondbacks. He is on his way to Class AA Jackson, and they are flying Vladimir out. He's on his way to Birmingham, Alabama to join his new ball club there. But the Barnstormers do have reinforcements coming in. There is a left-handed batting outfielder, batting first baseman, who will be joining the Barnstormers once they get home on Friday night. Still to come, the Barnstormers need to find an infielder, and there is the possibility, and I'm not sure who it is, we may not have to look much further than the guys wearing the white jerseys today. I don't want to plant any seeds here, but the Sugarland Skeeters owe us a player still for Kevin Ahrens, and they just signed another infielder today in Dickie Joe Thon, the son of a longtime major leaguer, longtime Houston Astro, Dickie Thon, and they are residents of the Houston area now. So Dickie Thon has come in here. They already have Josh Prince, Brian Pounds, Kevin Ahrens, Anthony Giansani, Lance Zawatsky at some point in the next week or two to come off the disabled list. So it's possible that there will be an infielder expendable from this Sugarland Skeeters ball club. This is just Dave Collins looking at the numbers right now, seeing that possibility could exist, and we might get the infielder to replace Frias from this Sugarland ball club, conceivably as the player to be named later in Ahrens' deal. But what player that would be, I really don't know. Ahrens lives down here. Zawatsky lives down here. Pounds lives down here. Josh Prince, not too far away in Lake Charles, Louisiana. So who would come up north for potentially a playoff run, that remains to be seen. So it is a possibility, but certainly Ross Peoples, Josh Bell, Scott Patterson are examining the wires. They thought they had a player coming in, but the Philadelphia Phillies got to him before the Lancaster Barnstormers did. So that was that. They were also contemplating Dickie Joe Thon, but we were going to lose him to the Sugarland Skeeters. That was pretty obvious. So Evans and Marshall, opposing pitchers here this morning. Our finale of this 6-game series. The Barnstormers will have the night off in Texas tonight, but a very, very early trip tomorrow morning. Out of here in the dark, pre-sunrise tomorrow, 5:45 is the flight time out of Houston's Hobby Airport. Be back at Clipper Magazine Stadium hopefully by noon, and a night off for the guys in Lancaster tomorrow night. The Barnstormers will not be resuming play until the Long Island Ducks come in on Friday night to open up a 3-game weekend series. Of course, it is Farm Show weekend at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We have a tremendous amount of stuff going on over the 3 days this weekend. Lolo Chariot in concert after the game on Friday night. Fireworks following the game. On Saturday, there will be a jersey auction Saturday night as well. And then Sunday is the annual appearance of an act that I know a lot of people enjoy. The Cowboy Monkey Rodeo will be at Clipper Magazine Stadium for the Sunday afternoon ball game. We wrap up Farm Show weekend. The Barnstormers, guess what? They head out of town again the week at New Britain and Southern Maryland. Once we get to August, much like it was in the first half, they're going to be home a good portion of the time, the second half of the half, and that could play well in the favor of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Evans and Marshall are scheduled here today. We'll be back with a little bit more, looking at the status of the Atlantic League right now in just a moment on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Juggle the kids, sports, homework, housework, and squeeze in a moment for yourself. There isn't much time left to plan activities to keep your family having fun together. So give yourself a break and head to Strasburg Railroad, where the 45-minute steam train ride is just the beginning. There are family-friendly train events, vintage baseball, steampunk weekend, plus our popular Day Out with Thomas trains. The fun is as endless as your imagination. Reserve your tickets at strasburgrailroad.com.
It's a new season with a new manager, but Gockenauers is still here supporting your 2017 Lancaster Barnstormers. Hi, I'm Adam Gockenauer, and I want you to know Gockenauers is committed to serving you and our local community in everything we do. We've been in business for 68 years and are 4 generations strong. Stop in today to see how appliance and grill shopping can be a pleasant experience and save you money at the same time. I'll be back after the Dugout Report to tell you about our special events this season.
Welcome back from Constellation Field. I apologize for some of the difficulty we have playing our pre-recorded stuff. Apparently, I have a cord that is beginning to short out. It's easily replaceable once I get back to Lancaster. The starting pitchers today are Brian Evans for the Lancaster Barnstormers, Brett Marshall for the Sugar Land Skeeters. The Atlantic League, well, actually yesterday morning, it was Bridgeport taking down Somerset by a final score of 9-6. New Britain topped the Long Island Ducks, and Southern Maryland picked up a 4-2 victory over the York Revolution. Nobody's hot, nobody is cold. Games have been split in every series that we have seen. The Blue Crabs lead the Freedom Division at 6-5. Bridgeport leading the Liberty Division at 7-5. Of potential wild card races, Bridgeport would have the lead over the Barnstormers and the Maryland Blue Crabs neck and neck, whichever team does not win next Friday night. And then the Long Island Ducks are following there. So the Barnstormers very much in the thick of the first half race, very much in the thick of the second half race, very much in the thick of the wild card race. But nothing at this point is even remotely a certainty, yay or nay, as far as the Barnstormers would be concerned, making the postseason. So much riding on that game a week from Friday night at Regency Furniture Stadium. The umpires will take the field today. We'll tell you who they are, and we'll run down the starting lineups for you when we come back here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Another great dugout report. Adam Gockenauer from Gockenauer Appliances back with you again to remind you to please stop by our showroom in East Petersburg to see all the best appliance brands on the market today. Brands like GE, Maytag, Whirlpool, Speed Queen, and Fisher and Paykel. We not only can save you money on your purchase, but provide you with our own service, delivery, and installation. Join our family and let us show you how fun appliance shopping can be. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
Hey, Barnstormers fan, be in the know as soon as it happens. We have a number of social media options for you to stay in touch with everything Stormers. Know what Silo's up to, the latest player moves, game results, schedule changes, and be the first to get in on surprise flash deals. Or simply buy our tickets or ask us questions. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, watch us on YouTube, and be a part of the growing Barnstormers family on social media.
The lineups are being exchanged here at Constellation Field. The managers, Ross Peoples and Gary Gaetti, have the lineup cards in hand at home plate. Here's how they'll read today. The Barnstormers, not too many options. Rico Noel will be leading off at second base. Trayvon Robinson is the left fielder batting number 2. Josh Bell is the DH hitting third. The cleanup batter is the first baseman, Sean Halton. Cole Garner is batting 5th. He is out in right field. The third baseman batting 6th is Garrett Weber. Lastings Millich is in center field. He is batting in the number 7 slot. The shortstop, Nate Coronado, would bat 8th, and it will be Tyler Clark in the number 9 slot doing the catching today. Brian Evans on the mound. The coffee is kicking in. Evans 5-3 with a 5.12 earned run average at the start of play here this morning. For the Sugar Land Skeeters, Joe Benson, who is red hot right now, will lead off. He is in right field. The second baseman batting number 2 is Josh Prince. Kevin Aarons at shortstop batting third. As the cleanup hitter, he will be at first base. Brian Pounce back to third base. He is hitting 5th. The center fielder batting number 6 is Cole Gillespie. Wilfredo Rodriguez, the designated hitter, is batting 7th. Derek Miller hitting 8th, playing left field. Santiago Nessie doing the catching and batting 9th. With right-hander Brett Marshall on the hill. Marshall with a record of 6 wins and 4 losses and a 4.61 earned run average. The Barnstormers and the Sugar Land Skeeters final game, at least in the regular season, down here at Constellation Field between these two ball clubs here in 2017. They heading back home tomorrow for an off day. The Sugar Land Skeeters likely to be on the same flight to BWI. They open up a series against the York Revolution tomorrow night at Peoples Bank Park. Our umpiring crew today, Reggie Liggins will be calling balls and strikes. Ken Langford is the first base umpire, and Rodney Galloway will be in charge over on the third base side. Barnstormers and the Sugar Land Skeeters coming your way next on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Hey, Jane, check it out. 2 brand new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yeah, you just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
And with Payday, you could win progressive top prizes instantly.
Instantly? That's fast.
Not faster than me drinking this frozen slush.
You okay?
Ouch. Headache.
Oh.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
You appreciate a great deal. Back and better than ever. Members get field box tickets for 6 home games presented by Penn State Hershey, plus 6 free passes to B.R. Kreider Kids Park, 2 free Isaac's Kids Meals, 2 tickets to the Chocolate World 4D Experience, 2 passes to Hands On House, an exclusive Barnyard Bunch t-shirt, and plenty more in a summer of fun at Clipper Magazine Stadium. All for just $25. Sign up at the stadium or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com/barnyardbunch, and we'll see you at the ballpark. It is a warm, muggy morning. You wouldn't expect anything less in the Houston, Texas metropolitan area on the 19th of July. Welcome back, everyone, as the Lancaster Barnstormers and the Sugar Land Skeeters conclude a 6-game series here at Constellation Field. The Barnstormers have won 3 out of the first 5. Sugar Land a decisive 11-2 victory last night. The 2 games the Skeeters have won substantial margins, 12-3 and 11-2. But the Barnstormers' last 2 victories have also been blowouts, 6-1 on Saturday night and 10-0 here on Monday. Look out over the center field fence. There is more construction going on in the area of Constellation Field. It has been unbelievable over the years to watch this develop with townhouses, apartment complexes, condos going up everywhere around this ballpark. And in fact, they have closed off the road behind the left and center field fences here. You cannot get through and do the 360-degree loop around the ballpark on the outside of it, as you used to be able to do here. And it's really created some havoc with the bus drivers dropping us off at the clubhouse, because they have to get into the back parking lot and do a 3-point turn and come back around instead of simply dropping the ball clubs off, doing the loop, and leaving the stadium. So that has been an issue. Yesterday, guess who was out moving cones in the parking lot? Yes, yours truly. And apparently, to some extent, much to the delight of the ball club, that I was running around moving cones. I felt like Andrew Worst yesterday. But anyway, it is Brett Marshall taking the hill for the Sugar Land Skeeters here this morning. The right-hander who hails from Houston, 27 years of age, one-time New York Yankee, 6'1", and 195 pounds. Skeeters are out there. We're going to send you down for our opening ceremonies.
If you would, please remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Ms. Lisa, you're up.
What's so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars herald the sky. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed.
National anthem at Constellation Field here this morning, as Brett Marshall will be taking the hill. It's his 17th start of the year, 18th appearance overall. Marshall has won 6. He has lost 4. His earned run average 4.61. He gave up only 1 run in 6 innings here on Friday night. 93 2/3 innings total. He has allowed 93 hits. Marshall has had a problem with the base on balls. He has walked 48 for the season, and he has struck out 60, the 48, the high in the Atlantic League here in 2017. Defensively for the Skeeters, Brian Pounce at third. The shortstop is Kevin Ahrens. Josh Prince at second. Travis Scott is over at first base. Derek Miller will make the start in left. The center fielder is Cole Gillespie. Joe Benson with the start in right field. Santiago Nessie is doing the catching for the Sugar Land Skeeters here this morning, with Marshall on the hill. Barnstormers descend Rico Noel, Trayvon Robinson, and Josh Bell to the plate in the top half of the first inning. Barnstormers will be able to vary the lineup a lot more when they get back home. Again, a left-handed batting outfielder and a left-handed batting first baseman will be coming in. The outfielder is the son major leaguer, and the first baseman is himself a former major leaguer. So Rico Noel getting ready to start things off for the Barnstormers. Jarrett Leverett heads over to coach first base, and Ross Peoples on his way out to coach third as we get things underway this morning with the finale of this series. It will be an absolute steam bath by the time this game is over this afternoon. It's already well into the upper 80s here. It should be in the low to mid 90s around 2 o'clock or so when this game would finish, and very muggy, as is always the case here in the Houston area. It's very flat here, very humid, very hot. It's very much like Florida in the summertime, but probably warmer. Pitch is outside and low to Noel. We're underway. Ball 1, no strikes. Rico hitting .259. Dean runs batted in. Marshall to the plate, and Noel hits a high pop fly, shallow left center field. Back goes Aarons. On comes Gillespie. It is the center fielder Gillespie making the catch. Noel retired. We have 1 out, and the left fielder Trayvon Robinson will step in. No question who the hottest barnstormer is right now. He is currently in the batter's box. Robinson, over his last 6 ball games, is batting .600. He is 15 out of 25. He's had 4 games there with 3 or more base hits, and up to .279 for the year. His average by 46 points over these past 6 games. Switch hitter batting left against Marshall. The motion and the pitch. It is across the knees for strike, says Reggie Liggins. 0-1. Designated hitter Josh Bell waiting on deck. Like Robinson, he switch hitter. Next delivery to Trayvon is down low. Go to a ball and a strike. Have scored the first run in every game in this series. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball is up. Robinson will dig in at 2 balls and 1 strike. But in the 2 games the Barnstormers have lost, they put together a big inning early. Sugarland has answered it right away, and in fact taken the lead. Check swing, he went too far, did Robinson. It's 2-2. The pitch was in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Trayvon. Josh Bell waiting on deck. And the Barnstormers never scored again. They had a 3-run second inning here on Sunday night, and last night a 2-run third in the dirt. Now 3-2 to Bell. Josh 4 out of 21 in the series and 6 for 26 overall. Has not driven in a run since knocking himself home with that home run, his first at bat of the season. He's the on-deck hitter. It's 3-2 on Robinson. And the payoff, Trayvon with a dribbler foul behind the plate, so he's making Marshall work. Neither pitcher wants to give in. The hitters don't want to give in. And you talk to everybody in both dugouts, they would much rather play a 2-hour, 20-minute game today. But nobody's going to give up his at-bat or throw hittable pitches or whatever in order to make that happen. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Trayvon Robinson, 1 out. Bell waiting on deck. Noel retired to open the inning on a fly out to shallow center. Marshall to Robinson, 3-2 pitch. Ground ball right side, gobbled up by Prince, quickly moving to his left. 2 up and 2 down. Robinson's retired. The designated hitter, Josh Bell, coming to the plate. Has been spraying some singles around in this series. Does not have an extra base hit here. He has batted safely in 4 out of the 5 games, but it's been single, if you will, each time. Sean Halton waiting on deck, 2 outs. Marshall to Bell, breaking ball finds the range, 0-1. Bell singled into center field with 2 outs in the first inning last night, and then shocked me by stealing second. Ball 1 is inside and low, 1-1. I told Josh I was so stunned when I saw him race for second. They almost had to break out the paddles here and get my heart going again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bell Takes a second strike at the knees. It's 1-2. You hear that constant sound in the backdrop of the youngsters here. And it's not packed with kids, but there are a lot of them, and they're all doing their best to sit up under the overhang and out of the sun. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Bell looks at strike 3 called on a fastball. The Barnstormers go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first inning. Nothing across. At the end of one half, Lancaster nothing. And Sugarland is coming up.
.com, local flavor, localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Brian Evans on the hill today for the Lancaster Barnstormers. He is 5-3 with a 5.12 ERA, 16 walks, 80 strikeouts in 82 2/3 innings for Evans. When he gets going, he is terrific. He can run the table. He also has a tendency to give up a lot of base hits, and they tend to be clustered off of him, hence the higher earned run average. First pitch, good for a strike on Benson. It's 0-1. 242 hitter is Benson with 19 runs driven in. Santa here. Way outside from Evans, a ball and a strike. We'll also be keeping track of Evans' strikeouts today. This year in 235 as a Barnstormer. That brings him within 2 of Dwayne Pollock for 5th on the all-time list. Inside and low. Bleeding on through Tyler Clark, 2 balls and a strike. And he needs 2 to catch Pollock and 7 to catch Nate Reed, who ranks 4th. And Evans in 3 or 4 more starts is likely to be 2nd. Got a long way to go to catch Ross Peoples, though. Foul ball back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes that count to Benson. Defensively for the Barnstormers, Garrett Weber over at third. The shortstop is Nate Coronado. Rico Noel at second. Sean Halton at first. The outfield has Trayvon Robinson in left with Lastings Millage in center and Cole Garner in right. The catcher is Tyler Clark here this morning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Benson. Evans ready to go. And the pitch swung on and missed. That's number 1. Evans chalks up the strikeout early, his 81st of the season. Next up is Josh Prince, the second baseman, 249 hitter with 6 home runs. He is driven in 33. Evans tying Darrell Thompson of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs for 5th in the Atlantic League in strikeouts this year. Dave Kubiak from Somerset next up. He has 85. First pitch strike to Prince, catching the outside part of the plate. It is 0-1. No score, lower half of the first inning. The Barnstormers went down in 1-2-3 fashion in the top of the frame. Evans will come back. Prince swings and misses very quickly. It's 0-2. Evans at one stage had rattled off 4 wins in a row. His last decision a loss, 3-2 to the York Revolution. A Friday before the All-Star break. Pitch is high, and Prince held on the swing. 1-2, 1 out, nobody on base. Evans ready to go. He's got the signal, and a Prince off-speed pitch cut on and missed. Josh Prince gone on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Evans. So now he is tied with Dwayne Pollock. Dwayne now living in the Dallas-Fort Worth area with his wife Carolyn and a growing family. Kevin Aarons, the shortstop, stepping in. And it's unfortunate that you didn't get a chance to hear from Dwayne 2 years ago when the Barnstormers were here. He was going to jump in and do color for a couple of ball games. I think he would have been outstanding. So, and that's when I fell, I guess you'd call it ill, and ended up in the hospital for a few days. Foul ball back into the screen, 1-1, and we never had the chance to together. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kevin Aarons, 2 outs, nobody on, bottom half of the first inning. Evans peering in. He has the sign from Clark, the pitch. Bouncing ball over to third. That'll be taken by Weber coming in. Quick strike across the diamond. Aarons retired, 5-3. Evans matches his mound opponent, Brett Marshall, with a 1-2-3 inning here in the first. Nothing across for Sugarland. We're through 1, and there is no score.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that would bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Federal Tap House have the largest selection of craft draft beers in Lancaster City. They have amazing food to go along with those elite beers. Open every day for both lunch and dinner. Their menu has something for everyone, including a special lunch menu available every Monday through Friday, as well as their normal menu. So when you're in the mood for great wood-fried pizzas, handcraft coal-fired burgers, or our all-inspiring duck fat fries, head over to the Federal Tap House. That's the Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street in downtown Lancaster, open by 11:30 every day of the week.
Halton, Garner, and Weber, all right-handed batters, stepping in to face Brett Marshall as we go to the top of the second inning. Sean Halton batting .256 with 16 home runs, 52 runs batted in. He finally knocked in a run in this series, driving in Robinson in the third inning. It's not that he's had an overall bad series here, but he's been scoring runs, not driving them in. Play is held up until once again Jarrett Leverett heads down to handle the coaching chores over at first. Ready to go. Fouls one off to the right side out of play. It is 0-1. Barnstormers would love to come out of here with a win and 500. Ducks coming to town for the weekend. It's expected we'll see as the left-hander on Friday night. Called second strike on Halton. It's 0-2. Farmers will have Leverett. 0-2 is down low. Ball 1, 2 strikes. We haven't seen any of the wildness from Marshall here today. In that start back on Friday night, he walked 3 in 6 innings. Breaking ball, and that's looped out the shallow left. Back on it is Aarons. He'll make the catch. Halton pops to short, 1 away. Cole Garner will stride to the batter's box. Garner, 4 out of 21. He had the big game 2 nights ago. Driven in 4. They were all in the 10-0 Lancaster win here on Monday. Marshall has retired 4 in a row. Barnstormers last night hits and only one guy in a scoring position after the 2-run third inning. First pitch strike to Garner. It is 0-1. Marshall and Evans come out on fire here today. Garner now with a ball hit very well toward right center field. Back on it goes Benson, and that ball is off the bullpen gate and in for extra bases. Garner glides into second with a 1-out double. There's no wind to speak of here this morning. Garner got that ball to carry to right center field, past Benson, and out to the gate in the bullpen. Stormers with a man in scoring position. First base runner on either side in the game. Garrett Weber will step in. He was able to handle Weber last night. He was 0 for 4, but he's still batting .424 in the season series. Garner leading off second. The Marshall pitch to the inside corner. Strike 1 called. Lastings Millage waiting on deck. Lancaster looking to score the first run for the 6th consecutive game in this series. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Weber taking a pitch low, a ball and a strike. After Millage would be Nate Coronado, who's cooled off some from his 6 for 8 start. He is now 7 out of 13. Weber bats 1-1. The pitch cut on and foul tipped at the plate. One and 2. Weber played straight up, ball for power. But of course, he's got that swing down for Clipper Magazine Stadium. He's hit 9 of his 11 home runs at home. Of course, the lion's share of those have been to the short porch in right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Garrett. Garner leading off second base. He's got to be careful. Prince lurking close to the bag. The throw not going there. Instead, a pitch is lofted out to right field. Benson in position to make the catch, and Garner just kidding off of second base. Out, it's up to Millage. Lastings 294 with 29 runs batted in. He had a terrific start to this series. Runs the first 2 ball games, and he's 0 for 7 the last 2 that he's played. Marshall doing the job, pitching to contact here today. He's not a huge strikeout guy. He has the 1, Bell down looking in the first inning. Evans, far more of the strikeout guy. And Millage trying to find a way to pick up this first run. Lastings taking a ball, a little bit up. It's 1-0. Barnstormers still have not homered in this series. We're in the 47th inning of play. That is an unbelievable drought. This is such a homer-friendly park to left. To Millage 1-0 into the dirt. Nice stop by Nessie. and he was looking to make a throw back to second base on Garner. I don't think there was a lot of daylight, and Nessie had trouble gaining a grip anyway. 2 balls and no strikes to Lastings Milledge. Barnstormers also did not hit a home run the final game of the series against York. It is by far the longest drought of the season, and one of the longer ones I can remember for a Barnstormer ball club. To Milledge, 2-0. He checks on a swing. Didn't matter. The pitch was there. 2 balls and 1 strike with Coronado waiting on deck. I think you're going to like Nate. Come on out and catch him on Friday night. Marshall's ready to go. 2-1. Milledge drives a foul off to the right. Marshall back in the fight against Milledge at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brett Marshall, an unusual entity in that he's a pitcher with a single-digit number. You don't see that many. Wears uniform number 2. Here's a 2-2. Milledge staring at ball 3 below the knees. The count is full. 3 balls and strikes. First base open. Garner not forced. Coronado due next. Payoff is coming. Breaking ball. And this is hit high in the air. Center field. A lot of that here today. Back on it goes Prince to make the catch. The Barnstormers leave Garner at second. No runs on a hit. The 1-out double. And the 1-man left on base. Bottom of the second inning coming up. Still no score. Enjoy great ballpark food at discount prices. The Lancaster Barnstormers offer numerous chances to enjoy your favorite ballpark foods this summer. On Sundays, Burke's hot dogs are only $1 all game long. Hess's Barbecue brings back the all-you-can-eat pig roast on Mondays and all-you-can-eat chicken and ribs on Tuesdays. Tuesdays are also Fill Your Tummy nights at the stadium, where for only $10, you can stuff yourselves with popcorn, hot dogs, fries, nachos, and soda. Upstairs, we have Pat's Pizza and Pinball Mondays and Fat Pig's Wing Wednesdays, where you can pair food and beer with a Barnstormers game. Barnstormers baseball, make a night of it.
Silicon, microprocessors, and thousands of lines of code. Raw elements transformed into innovation by Lexus. For a limited time, experience advanced safety technology for yourself at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. But hurry, these offers won't last. Now through September. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Travis Scott, Brian Pounds, and Cole Gillespie facing Brian Evans as we go to the home half of the second inning. Scoreless here this morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
The Barnstormers are looking ahead to what will amount to, we'll say, a 52-hour break in between games, between the end of this one and the start of play on Friday night. 51 hours, depending on how long we go today. High off of Clark's glove. Ball 1, no strikes. Travis Scott checks in, 237, 7 home runs, 38 knocked in. He delivered the final blow last night, a 2-run double off Scott Schumann in the 8th inning. Rough night for Shu. 2-0 now on Scott. Evans peering in, getting the sign from his battery mate. The pitch fouled right back into the net. We go 2-1. Evans struck out 2 and got a ground ball back in the first. Seven career strikeouts, wearing a Lancaster Barnstormers uniform. Franchise record 130 in the season last year. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. And stays healthy. There's absolutely no reason for him not to break that record this season. Scott in there, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The wind, the pitch, popped up, another one. Rico Noel signaling for it. Backing up into the outfield, he's got it. That's out number 1. Ryan Pound stepping in. Pop-ups to infielders. Pound's coming to the plate. His numbers have taken a positive jump here in this current series, up to 208 now with 7 home runs, 4 knocked in. He was down to 197 going into Sunday night's ball game. I got a breaking ball from Evans. It's 0-1. Back on Friday, Evans gave up 4 runs, 3 over 5 innings. Josh Prince got to him for a home run. Prince and Aaron's back-to-back doubles just to the inside corner and a second strike on Pounds. As Barnstormers starting rotation, those currently here have given up about 3.5 or so extra base hits per 9 innings. Inside for a ball, 1-2, not prone to that many walks. And they, like the rest of the staff, a lot of strikeouts, but the extra base hits are a concern. 1-2 to Pounds here. Right-handed slugger from the Houston area. Evans back to the plate, fastball high and tight, and a 2-2 count. One out, nobody aboard here in the second inning. Evans zeroing in, has the target set, the pitch. Line drive off the top of Coronado's glove on a leaping try, and a base hit out the left. Pounds is on, 1 out here in the second inning. Cole Gillespie, the center fielder, will step in. Gillespie hadn't done much early in this series, but he's found the extra base hit stroke. Every hit he has is for extra bases. He has a home run, a triple, and a couple of doubles. 4 for 17 in the series. The home run came on Sunday. Got a double and a triple last night. Pitched to him down low from Evans. Ball 1, no strikes. Infield sets up, double play depth for the Barnstormers. Skeeters with the 1 out base runner. Pounds is not a stolen base threat. One ball and nothing. The pitch fouled away on an off-balance swing. Evans will work to Gillespie at 1-1. Cole Gillespie beginning the day at 275. He has a home run and he has knocked in 10. Halton holds the base runner. To Gillespie, fouled at the plate. Evans works ahead in the count again. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I have actually found a way to walk from the hotel to Constellation Field, and it's going to be about 3 miles. but I decided not to do it in this series. I'll wait till we come back here next year and a cooler day on the first trip of the year, maybe. Gillespie fouls off the 1-2, and the count will continue. Lower half of the second inning, scoreless ball game. Each club with a one-out hit in the second. Cole Garner a double off the fence in right center field. In the top of the inning, the Barnstormers could not move him. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gillespie. Evans ready to go. The pitch, he got him, a swing and a miss. And now Brian has 5th place all to himself on the career Barnstormers strikeout list. Nate Reed is next. Brian requires 5 more to catch Nate, who in his final Barnstormer start this year struck out 12 to jump into that number 4 spot. Eric Ackerman is 3rd all-time, and Ben Fritz is 2nd. Upstairs for a ball to Wilfredo Rodriguez, the designated hitter, batting with 2 outs. Rodriguez at .325, couple home runs, 13 knocked in. So you give Evans, say, 3 more starts, he may very well pass Fritz and jump into 2nd all-time. Cut on and missed by Rodriguez, a ball and a strike. Ross Peoples, the all-time leader at 325. Of course, that was over a franchise record 600-plus innings. Evans comes back, and Rodriguez, it's a pop-up to the shortstop. Coronado into shallow center to make the catch. Pop-up ending the top of the first inning and the bottom as well. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And on base, we're done with 2. At Constellation Field today, there is still no score. Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Enjoy baseball and music this summer at Clipper Magazine Stadium. No matter what your taste in music might be, we have a night for you. Rock, oldies, country, funk, jazz. We have it all covered over 8 weekend nights this season. Each of those evenings will kick off with a Barnstormers game at 6:30. Following the baseball action, music will take the spotlight to complete our entertainment doubleheader. Check your Lancaster Barnstormers pocket schedule or our website at www.lancasterbarnstormers.com to check out the concert dates. Barnstormers Baseball. Make a night of it.
Speaking of pitchers climbing ladders, Brett Marshall, the Sugarland starter today, is now 3rd in the Atlantic League in innings pitched this season. If he goes 8 here today, he can catch Southern Maryland's Darrell Thompson for 2nd. Brian Grenning is the league leader at 109 2/3 innings and is right now, I would say, the leading candidate to be pitcher of the year in the Atlantic League. What an advancement for him. Grenning, of course, has been around for a few years since coming to Lancaster. Originally check swing and a 1-hopper right back to Marshall. He has to double clutch, waiting for Scott to get over. It developed so quickly. Coronado retired, 1 out. Tyler Clark, the catcher, will step in. Clark batting 181 with 8 runs batted in. The left side of the plate, definitely his better side. Barnstormers have not scored since the 2-out RBI single by Sean Halton in the 3rd inning last night. That's now an 8 2/3 innings drought. Clark takes a strike at the knees. It is 0-1. Tyler's other start in this series came on Sunday night. He went 0 for 3. Did have a line out to first base. Here's a line drive to left field, and it's misjudged by Derek Miller. The ball over his head and rolling all the way to the wall. Clark will gallop into second with a 1-out double. The left field, Miller started in. It went over his head. The Barnstormers have their second double over the last 2 innings. Second extra base hit for Clark on the season. Rico Noel will try to get this run across. Rico fly to shallow center back in the 1st inning. When it came off Tyler's bat, it appeared as it would be the 2nd out of the inning. And Miller misjudging the play. He had to chase it all the way to the fence out and left. Now to Noel. Big breaking ball back to the inside corner. Strike 1 call. Clark has good speed. He has stolen 3. You can't discount the possibility of him trying to steal third base right now. Outside corner. Noel has seen 2 virtually unhittable pitches. I'm in a deep hole here at 0-2. You just have to tip your hat to the guy on the hill for those 2. I mean, they broke very sharply and perfect spots. 0-2 to Rico. The pitch is over but low. Ball 1. No score in the ball game. Top half of the 3rd inning. This is where we were last night. The Barnstormers were able to strike for 2 runs and then did nothing else. The game got out of control, losing 11-2. To Noel, bouncing ball shortstop. Clark is going to third, and Aarons will let him. The throw across the diamond. 6-3. Trayvon Robinson will try to get a man home. Trayvon out on a ground ball back in the 1st inning. A 1-out double each of the last 2 innings, but to this point, the Barnstormers have not been able to get either one of those runners home. It's so much harder to score out double than it is following a leadoff double. You got so many different ways when you have 3 outs to work with as opposed to 2. To Robinson. There's a breaking ball again for a strike. Marshall really has it working. It is 0-1. Josh Bell in the on-deck circle. Marshall comes set. Fastball off the inside corner, driving Robinson back off the plate. Even at a ball and a strike, Lancaster has the runner. Clark over at third base. First man for Lancaster to make it that far since the 3rd inning a night ago. One to Trayvon. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Marshall has him set up at 1-2. We have seen no wildness out of Brett Marshall today, which is somewhat unusual. He's averaged well beyond 4 walks per 9 innings. Six, in fact, to start the day. Here comes the 1-2. Robinson checks. Ball 2 is inside and low. Tyler Clark, the runner at third base. 2 outs in the inning. There's really no guidance for Ross Peoples at this point, except perhaps on a pitch that would get away from Santiago Nessie. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Bouncing ball, third base side of the mound. Up with it is Marshall. A nice defensive play, and he'll fire on to get Robinson. 1-3. Lancaster unable to make anything out of a one-out double for the second inning in a row. No runs on one hit, no errors, and Clark left over at third. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning and scoreless tie.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Hey, Barnstormers fan, be in the know as soon as it happens. We have a number of social media options for you to stay in touch with everything Stormers. Know what Silo's up to, the latest player moves, game results, schedule changes, and be the first to get in on surprise flash deals. Or simply buy our tickets or ask us questions. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, watch us on YouTube, and be a part of the growing Barnstormers family on social media.
Lower half of the third inning for the Sugarland Skeeters. Derek Miller, Santiago Nessie, and Joe Benson are scheduled. They are 8, 9, and 1 in the Sugarland batting order. A scoreless ball game. 2 hits for the Barnstormers and 1 for the Skeeters. Barnstormers continue to bang out doubles in this series. They have 16 two-base hits, 2 triples, and no home runs. Evans dealing outside to Miller for a ball, 1-0. Derek Miller batting .221. He has 5 home runs. He has knocked in 28. Evans to the plate, and that ball is lined softly to the shortstop. Coronado quickly to his right to latch onto it, 1 away. Nessie will at 202. Runs banded in as stats combined between the Sugarland Skeeters and the Bridgeport Bluefish. He became expendable when Gustavo Molina signed with Bridgeport, and they already had Jose Heel in place. That's probably the best 1-2 catching tandem in the league. They're really deep there with Molina and Heel. So there was no room for Nessie to play. First offering is outside and low. Ball 1, no strikes. Benson waiting on deck. Evans has retired 7 of 8 so far. 3 on strikes. The line next delivery. He is wide of the plate again. Nessie up there, 2-0. Got a couple of darker clouds overhead. There's about a 25% chance of rain here late this afternoon. The clouds we're seeing right now, it may be greater than that. Storms will tend to fire up here, but they don't get rained out often. 2-0 to Santiago Nessie, and this is hit very well to center field. Back goes Robinson, or Millage rather. He draws a bead and he makes the catch. Robinson and Millage switching spots here today. Trayvon's in left and Millage in center. 2 men retired. Benson stepping in, a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Be interested to see how the lineup works come Friday. Swing and a miss. Benson down a strike. It is 0-1. Strike at the knees very quickly. Evans is ahead at 0-2. Benson hit his third home run of the season here last night. And there's a soft line drive that will be caught by Lastings Millage, lunging forward out into center. Didn't know if he would get there or not, but a nice play by Lastings and a 1-2-3 inning for Evans here in the third. Nothing across for the Sugar Land Skeeters. We'll head to the fourth inning in a 0-0 tie.
After you juggle the kids, sports, homework, housework, and squeeze in a moment for yourself, there isn't much time left to plan activities to keep your family having fun together. So give yourself a break and head to Strasburg Railroad, where the 45-minute steam train ride is just the beginning. There are family-friendly train events, vintage baseball, shop tours, a steampunk weekend, plus our popular Day Out with Thomas trains. The fun is as endless as your imagination. Reserve your tickets at strasburgrailroad.com.
Is a great place to stop by after a Barnstormers game and continue your enjoyable evening in downtown Lancaster. Featuring 100 beers on tap, including many craft beers from here in Central PA. That's something for everyone's palate, not to mention a full bar and elegant wine selection for the non-beer geeks in the group. For the entire lineup of brews, check online at federaltaphouse.com. That's at Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street, just blocks from Clipper Magazine Stadium, or at their other location in Harrisburg.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Barnstormers today. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left for the Sugar Land Skeeters over the first 3 innings. Lancaster will start off the fourth with Josh Bell, the designated hitter today. He went down looking at a third strike back in the opening frame. 1 out doubles by Garner and Clark in consent. Stormers have been able to muster against Brett Marshall. Now pitch inside and low. Ball 1 on Bell. Only 1 strikeout for Marshall. That was Bell in the first inning. Ball 2 is loaded, Josh. 2 balls and no strikes. Brian Evans has struck out 3. Now ball 3. Bell likely to be looking at this next one, and who knows, he might steal a base again. Three balls and nothing to Bell. The pitch, he swings and misses. 3 balls and a strike. Surprised to see Josh going after the 3-0. The line by Marshall, the pitch. This one's ball 4. Bell is aboard with the leadoff walk. Marshall gives up his first today. Sean Halton stepping in. Halton popped to the shortstop. Back in the second inning. Kevin Ahrens racing into shallow left field to make the play. The only Barnstormer that has really been able to approach the walls with any sort of regularity in this series has been Garner. One out, foul to left, and has a couple of long extra base hits to right. Triple here. Earlier in the series, off the left field wall. Upstairs for a ball. Marshall, Sean 1-0. Garner waits on deck. The Barnstormers seek some offense here in the fourth inning. Bell aboard with the leadoff walk. Now that they realize he's a stolen base threat. Travis Scott holds him tightly. 1-0. Halton with a pop-up foul off to the first base side. Now to play. Ball and a strike. Infield looking to turn 2. Aarons and Prince, the double play combination again here today. Halton bats 1-1. The pitch taken for a second strike. Marshall works ahead in the count 1-2 after missing with 5 of his first 6 pitches of the inning. After Garner would be Weber. Marshall comes to the set 1-2, check swing, ball 2 down low. Jarrett Leverett's had some traffic over at first. Ross Peoples very limited at third base. Bolton, a lot of room on the right side for him. The pitch lying to left, down the line, headed toward the corner. Derek Miller chasing over there. Bell charging for third. Halton going into second. The throw is offline there. A double for Sean, his 19th two-base hit of the season. And for the Barnstormers, runners at second and third with nobody out for Cole Garner. Halton picks up his third extra base hit of the series, 2 doubles and a triple here. Sean's batted now in 6 out of the last 7. Been very steady. Stepping in, Cole with a long double out toward the Barnstormers bullpen in right center field in the second inning. I'm interested to see where the infielders are stationed. Prince is up. Aarons is back, and now Prince backs up somewhat. They don't need to be all the way up to the grass with Bell at third base. To Garner, little pop fly out to shallow right. Benson will come on and make the catch, and there's no way for Bell to tag. An unproductive out, and Garrett Weber will give it a shot. Benson, as we have seen before in this series, has a very strong arm. The ball was not hit nearly deep enough. And Weber will try and get a run home. The Barnstormers now 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position in this one. That's an area where, in this series, the Barnstormers have done very well. They've been typically getting the runs across when they've been out there. Bell at third, Halton at second with 1 away. Here's a pitch to Garrett, down and away, and skipping away from Nessie, but he got enough of it to keep the runners in check. I'm not sure Halton would have been able to advance to third on it, let alone Bell scoring. Just a partial stop by Nessie, but the ball deflected into foul territory, but over on the third base side. It would not have been a long throw to third, and Bell would have been toast at the plate to score the run there. Infield still up halfway. Garrett Weber batting at a ball and no strikes with Millage on deck. The pitch to Garrett, breaking ball, catches the outside corner. It's 1-1. Marshall has had that breaking ball working for him brilliantly. The Weber 1-1 pitch way outside, and Nessie somehow stopped that because Marshall crossed him up. That pitch was supposed to be somewhere toward the inside part of the plate, it appeared, and Nessie ended up having to lunge backhanded. He saves a second one. 2 balls and a strike on Garrett Weber. Marshall to the plate, breaking ball, wrapped right to the second baseman Prince, and he races and touches Sean Halton trying to get back into second base. So Weber is safe on the fielder's choice. A very bizarre 4 unassisted putout. Halton thought Bell was coming home, and Bell checked up, and Halton had nowhere to go. Prince saw it and ran him down, so now it's first and third. Millage to the plate. Lastings popped out back in the second inning. Well, the Barnstormers have allowed a great scoring opportunity largely to go by here unless Milledge can produce. But even now, the Barnstormers are cost a base. To Milledge, ground ball, shortstop, and it skips away from Ahrens. A run will score. That ball stayed unnaturally low as it approached Kevin, and the Barnstormers are able to get the run across. Bell home from third. Okay. That looked as if it would be the final out of the inning, and then the ball took a funny low hop. Ahrens couldn't handle it. He's charged with an error. No RBI, but Bell is home. Nate Coronado stepping in. He's 0 for 1 against Marshall here today. Weber at second base. Milledge now on at first. And the pitch to Coronado is fired low and away. Ball 1, no strikes. An unearned run, getting the Barnstormers on top here in the fourth inning. Kevin Ahrens with the misplay. Here's a 1-0. Coronado with the ball hammered out to center. Back on it goes Gillespie. It's over his head and rolling all the way to the wall. Weber will score. Milledge is on his heels. Coronado heads for third. He has a 2-run triple. And the Barnstormers lead 3-0. Where did we find this guy? Wow. Coronado hammering a ball over Cole Gillespie's head, and it rolled all the way out to the 405 mark. And fifth runs batted in of the series. He is now 8 for 15. He has 3 extra base hits. Runs. Marshall here in the fourth inning. All 4 Lancaster hits have been for extra bases. Tyler Clark had one earlier, a double to left last inning. He takes ball 1 down low, 1-0. Defense sets straight away against Tyler. Marshall to the plate. Fastball is up, 2-0. On deck. Another productive early inning for the Barnstormers. Now it's up to Evans to hold on. Marshall going to work on Clark, 2-0. Strike at the knees on the inside corner. Clark looking to pick Coronado up with an additional run. Good looking breaking ball gets there for a second strike. We are at 2-2 on Tyler Clark. Everything else tonight, New Britain at Long Island, York at Southern Maryland, Somerset at Bridgeport. And everybody will switch around come tomorrow. Here's a 2-2. Clark swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. He's gone on strikes. Marshall is out of the inning, but the Barnstormers pick up 3 runs. They do it on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. Nate Coronado coming up with a big blow, a 2-run triple. We'll head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It is Lancaster 3 and Sugarland nothing.
In East Petersburg is your hometown appliance store with hometown values. We always give back to our community, and this year we are proud to be a sponsor of the East Petersburg Amphitheater Project. Stop in and purchase from us and keep your money here, helping others in your community. We are back again this season with a $25,000 giveaway at the stadium, and you can stop in and register for a Barnstormers game jersey. We want to be your appliance store and give back to all of you. Gockenauer Appliances in East Petersburg.
Hey, Jane, check it out. 2 brand new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yeah, you just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
And with Payday, you could win progressive top prizes instantly.
Instantly? That's fast.
Not faster than me drinking this frozen slush.
You okay?
Ouch. Headache.
Oh.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Nate Coronado saga continues on this road trip. The Barnstormers needed to find an infielder, and even more so now at the departure of Vladimir Frias. Coronado, a guy with 20 to 25 professional games under his belt, and he has come in here and established himself as a force in this series. 8 for 15, 2 stolen bases, 5 runs batted in. And he is a solid shortstop. At third base, he didn't have very quick reaction times, but at shortstop, he has played very well, getting to play deeper, further away from the plate, and using some lateral mobility. Swinging a foul back by Josh Prince, leading off the 4th inning. Prince 0 for 1 on a strikeout back in the 1st. Evans brings home an off-speed pitch, gets the inside corner, 0-2. Evans working with the 3-run lead here in the 4th inning. He's retired 9 of 10, got a great play behind him by Lastings Millage, closing out the 3rd. And a Prince, fastball wasted away. Strikes. It'd be great for the Barnstormers to come home with a record over 500. Ball 2 is outside and low, 2-2. Consider that the Barnstormers have played, after today, 10 of their 13 second half games on the road. And they've been doing it shorthanded. Here's a 2-2 offering, swing and a miss. Down goes Prince. Evans notches number 4 today, 84th of the season. 239th as a Barnstormer. Kevin Aarons will step in. Aarons 0 for 1 on a ground ball to third base. He made the fielding mistake that led to the 3 runs in the top of the inning. All the runs unearned, charged to Marshall. That ball didn't react like you would have expected it to. On its way to Kevin off the bat of Lastings Millage. Pitch breaks outside. Ball 1 from Brian Evans, a native and resident of Mission Viejo, California. The man with the Castro-like beard. One ball and nothing to Aarons. Evans comes back and nails the outside corner. Strike is called. It is 1-1. Evans misses with his breaking ball and falls behind Aarons. 2 balls and a strike. Travis Scott waits on deck. Evans trying to avoid what has befallen Lewis and Shirley in this series, getting the lead and then giving it right back. Breaking ball for a strike at the knees. 2-2 on Aarons last night. The Barnstormers picked up 2 runs in the top of the 3rd. Sugar Land answered with 5. On Sunday, Lancaster scored 3 in the 2nd. Sugar Land answered with a very quick 4. Pulled foul on the ground past Gary Gaetti in the coach's box. Aarons continues at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom half of the 4th inning at Constellation Field. What is pretty much a steam bath out here today. I am, at least to some extent, air conditioned, and I'm out of the sun. So the players do envy my working conditions. It's blistering out there. 2-2 on Aarons. Evans delivers, and that's lashed foul to the right side up toward the inflatables. Still 2-2. It is at present 93 degrees here in Sugar Land, Texas, and the heat index is 104. To Aarons, ball 3 outside and low. Evans about as close to a walk as he has been the entire day. Here comes the payoff. Ball 4 is outside. Aarons picking up the one-out base on balls. Travis Scott will step in. Only the 17th walk in 86 innings for Brian Evans this year. He only walked 27 a year ago. Scott, the batter, who gets this special introduction every time from the inimitable Shane Brown, the public address announcer here at Constellation. Scott digging in. He was 3 for 5 with 2 runs batted in last night. It's really the first time Scott has made his presence felt in this series. Evans to the plate. Scott swings and misses down a strike. It's 0-1. Aaron's the base runner. He has stolen 3. It's 3-0 in favor of Lancaster. Playing the lower half of the 4th inning. There are some thunderstorms around to the east of Houston, but they tend to spiral in from over there around Baytown. Scott swings right back out of play. Mikes. So we could see something eventually today, but not under any kind of a threat at the moment. Can't get used to thunderstorms moving from east to west. That just 2 strikes to Scott. The target set. Evans pitch. Fastball away. Make it 1-2. Base runner for Sugar Land here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Only the second man they've had get to the base paths the entire day. Ryan Pounds on deck. He was the other. He singled back in the 2nd. Ready to go to Scott. Here's the 1-2. This is popped up and may be playable. Coming on is Halton into foul territory. He's got it. That's out number 2. I was glad to see Travis Scott put away in any given situation. But now it is Pounds. It all started for Pounds on Sunday. He is now 6 out of 12 with a couple of home runs and a double or so scattered in there. His last 4 games, the average on the rise for Brian. Maybe he'll be able to continue that against York. Aaron's still a runner at first base. Pounds swings and misses. Strike against Evans here in the 4th inning. Will it be an advantage for the Barnstormers to have new players going into that game at Sugar Land, at Southern Maryland rather, a week from Friday? Pickoff through at first, Aronak in. We'll have 2 new left-handed batters, Coronado and Garner. And Southern Maryland will be the same guys we know. 0-1. Swing and a miss again by Pounds. Evans has control of the at-bat at no balls and 2 strikes. Three 0 Lancaster lead, lower half of the 4th. Going to go. Here's the pitch. Line drive past Coronado. A base hit into left center field. Aarons will hustle around to third. Pounds a wide on, and they have men at first and third for Gillespie. Ryan Pounds continues his role. Coronado diving to his left. That ball was hit very sharply. And fortunately, Millage able to cut it off before it got past him and would have led to a run. Cole Gillespie steps in, and Sugar Land again has a chance to answer a big Barnstormers inning. This is a very important batter here in the fourth. Gillespie, a strikeout victim, back in the second. Aarons is at third. Pounds the runner at first. Aarons had the head start, off and running on the pitch to Brian Pounds. He was able to deliver with 2 strikes in the count. Evans will go to work on Gillespie. Line drive, backhanded pick on one hop made by Noel. He underhands to Coronado covering. It will end the inning. Good play by Rico. That wasn't an easy one. A shorthanded pick on the backhand side. One hit with no errors. 2 men left on base. It is 3-0 Lancaster here at Constellation Field.
Hey, it's now time for some musical chairs. Read that down.
We can't help but always want more, especially on the road. More horsepower, heightened handling, elevated design. Get more out of your drive with the Lexus IS. Bold styling, track-tuned handling, available 306 horsepower. Experience the exhilaration of the IS 350, IS all-wheel drive, and IS Turbo. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Music this summer at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Taste in music might be, we have a night for you. Rock, oldies, country, funk, jazz. We have it all covered over 8 weekend nights this season. Each of those evenings will kick off with a Barnstormers game at 6:30. Following the baseball action, music will take the spotlight to complete our entertainment doubleheader. Check your Lancaster Barnstormers pocket schedule or www.lancasterbarnstormers.com to check out the concert dates. Barnstormers baseball. Make a night of it.
Top of the order up for the Barnstormers in the 5th inning. Rico Noel to lead off. Noel is 0 for 2 on the day. He has fly to center, grounded to short. Lancaster working with a 3-run lead. Digs in. Robinson and Bell will follow. Brett Marshall not responsible for the deficit. Ground ball to shortstop. This one is handled by Aarons. He'll make the good throw. Noel retired again, 6-3. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bringing on Trayvon Robinson, who's hitless today. The Barnstormers cannot get a hitting streak going. 11 remains the longest streak of the season. And that's almost unfathomable. Robinson coming into today 6 straight, but hitless so far against Marshall. Trayvon had a double and grounded into a double play against Marshall back on Friday. Way inside, past Nessie all the way to the backstop. Ball 1-0 on Trayvon. Josh Bell waiting on deck. Lancaster's gone now 58 innings since the last home run. A walk-off by the man in the batter's box. Robinson takes a strike. The count levels at 1 apiece. Motion. Off-speed pitch, high and wide. Robinson up there 2-1. only one. It did lead off last inning, and that run scored. Two-one, line drive right to Aarons, and Robinson's retired again. Solid contact there. Aaron's glove in the way. Here's Bell. Josh has struck out and walked. Lancaster has managed 4 hits off of Marshall. They're all for extra bases, 3 doubles and a triple today. They have 3 triples in this series. Garner, Halton, and Coronado. To Bell, a ball is outside, 1-0. This is also a very quick inning developing for Marshall. Noel grounded out on the first pitch he saw. Outside for ball 2 to Josh, 2-0. This will give Evans a little bit more of a breather. Barnstormers had to use a lot of the bullpen last night, so Ross wants to, I think, ride Evans as far as he can today. Ball 3 is inside and low, 3-0. And that's going to be a very delicate balance in this heat and humidity. As I said, the heat index 104 here in Sugar Land. 3 balls, no strikes. Bell looks to strike. He tossed his bat away. It's not the first time he and Reggie Liggins have not been on the same page. Bell steps back in at 3-1. The same thing happened back in the first inning, or last inning rather, and then he got the walk on the next pitch. There's the offering. Wrapped foul down the first base side. Bell sticks in there at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The locals will tell you they don't even really get used to this climate. A lot of time spent indoors during the daytime hours. Bell with a foul ball right back in my neighborhood. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes to Josh. But they say it settles in here usually in mid-May and does not leave until October. Bell again awaits the payoff pitch. He'll get the walk a little bit later than he thought he had it initially. Second given up by Marshall. Bell has both of them. Josh does draw a lot of walks. He's a very patient hitter. Halton steps in. Sean has popped the short and doubled into the left field corner. 3-0 Lancaster, top half of inning 5. There are a fair number of kids out here enjoying this one. Perhaps not the score, but definitely the environment. Marshall will gun a throw to first base. Bell jumps back in. Lancaster would not mind scoring some more. First pitch on the way to Halton, and it's that breaking ball to the outside corner. Marshall has thrown some absolute gems with that pitch today. Inside corner, outside corner. Halton batting with Garner on deck. They misfired. They're doubles in opposing innings. Fastball below the knees. Halton bats at 1-1. What looked like it could be a very out for Marshall has now developed into a fairly long inning. Bell was up there for quite a while, drawing the base on balls. Halton now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Marshall delivers. That's away. 2-1. But Marshall over 80 on the pitch count for the day. I have Evans at 59. Work. count in his favor at 2 balls and a strike. Marshall ready to go. The pitch almost hits Sean. He and Noel are tied for the league lead, not just the club lead, but the league lead, each having been hit 8 times. Three balls and a strike. Bell inching off first. Scott holds him there. Marshall sets, ready to go. That's ball 4. And a second straight free pass given up by Marshall. Cole Garner gets the shot with runners at first and second, 2 out. But he's going to have to wait as Rafael Montalvo, the pitching coach for the Sugar Land Skeeters, is going to hop out of the dugout and pay a visit to the mound. Marshall all of a sudden erratic. They hadn't seen it earlier today, but now back bases on balls. If you're the Barnstormers, you'd like to think you can get Evans through at least 6, if not 7 today. Start that this ball club so badly needs. Marshall left to contemplate it for a moment. Brian Pound still in the neighborhood using the rosin bag, in air quotes, offering some last-ditch encouragement. Cole Garner stepping in. Cole is double to right center, and he's fly to shallow. Bell at second, Halton at first with 2 men gone. Lancaster looking for a big blow out of the right fielder Garner. Marshall ready to go. Garner swings, hits a line drive out the left. Here's a diving try by Derek Miller, and he makes the catch, rolling over and holding on to it. Cole Garner, first pitch swinging, lines out the left. Miller misplayed a ball in the third, but played this one brilliantly. 2 walks and a couple of hard hit outs for the Barnstormers in the 5th, but they come up empty. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left on base. Bottom half of the 5th rolling around with the Barnstormers leading 3-0.
Let's go.
Localflavor.com, localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep. You know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine?
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Wilfredo Rodriguez, Derek Miller, and Santiago Nessie are scheduled to face Brian Evans. As we go to the latter half of the 5th inning, the Barnstormers still up by the 3-0 score. Evans brings it home. He's down and into Rodriguez. Wilfredo popped to the shortstop Coronado back in the 2nd inning. Evans back to work, 1-0. Breaking ball gets there, a strike called, 1-1. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts over the 4 innings for Evans. He's allowed 2 singles to Brian Pounds. 1-1 offering. Not getting back to the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Packley built. Right-handed hitting catcher Wilfredo Rodriguez. Sprays a lot of base hits around. 7 for 21 against the Barnstormers in the season series. Evans with the 2-1. That's grounded foul up the first base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On past Michael Nix, coaching first base today. League ERA leader. He won his 8th of the season here the other night. He and Grenning are going to be the 2 combatants, it appears, for pitcher of the year. 2-2, line down the left side. That's got the corner. Could be extra bases. Rodriguez, a wide turn at first, very wide turn at first. He's going to head back in. Got on that quickly. Ball didn't have enough steam to get all the way to the wall, but it was yanked down the line. Leadoff base hit for Wilfredo Rodriguez. Derek Miller stepping in. Miller, a soft line drive. Flag to the backhand side by Coronado in the 3rd inning leading off. A possible run-saving play. Garner closing out the top of the inning. First pitch strike. It is 0-1. If Miller doesn't make that catch, it's possible that Bell wouldn't have scored anyway. If the ball gets through, Bell and Halton may have both scored. It was a gamble by Miller. Play. 1 strike from Evans with a runner aboard. To Miller, low and outside. Ball 1, strike 1. Santiago Nessie, the catcher, waiting on deck. First time all day that Sugar Land has had the leadoff man on base. It's a ball and a strike to Miller. Swing and a pop-up. Lob to shallow right field. Rico Noel will go back and handle it. Nessie will step in. He flied to center in the 3rd inning. Benson waits on deck.
Back for Sugar Land, catcher number 29, Santiago Nessie.
Weber, Millage, and Coronado will step in the 6th inning against Marshall. Neither pitcher has been exceedingly economical today. We're only marginally ahead of a 3-hour pace right now. Better than half the time this year, the Barnstormers have gone over 3. Evans to Nessie, check swing. The Barnstormers will ask for help, and they'll get it from the first base umpire, Ken Langford. 0-1 on Nessie. Three catchers from Latin America on this roster. Nessie and Cordero from Venezuela. Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. Inside a ball, it's 1-1. When you think of the great history in this, catchers from Venezuela, they can be in somewhat high demand. 1-1, out toward right field, long way to go. Garner, and he'll make the running catch. Back into first base goes Rodriguez. Benson will step in. I mean, just think of the Barnstormers alone with Anderson De La Rosa this year and Juan Apodaca for a couple of seasons, including the championship year. Solomon Manriquez, albeit not for a long time. Gustavo Molina, Alvin Colina. Benson digging in. Robbed by Millage the last time up. Evans to the plate, gets him to swing and miss. No balls and a strike. Leadoff base hit this inning for Wilfredo Rodriguez. He is still at first base with 2 gone. 0-1. The count on Benson. Breaking ball drilled foul to the right side. Now to play. Evans well ahead, 0-2. Lancaster's 3 runs, all unearned, coming in the 4th inning. Kevin Aarons on a Lastings Millage ground ball allowed the first run to score, kept the inning going. Planted a 2-run triple over the head of the center fielder Cole Gillespie. That's been it. The Barnstormers have had numerous other chances, not cashing in on anything. To Benson, here's the 0-2. Low for ball. 23rd pitch for Evans on the day. I have to think the Barnstormers will look to perhaps to throw the 8th inning today if Evans can go 7. 1-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. Out for Brian on the day. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man is left on board. Heading to the 6th inning, it is still 3-0 Lancaster.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Not only does the Federal Tap House have the largest selection of craft draft beers in Lancaster City, they have amazing food to go along with those elite beers. Open every day for both lunch and dinner, their menu has something for everyone, including a special lunch menu available every Monday through Friday, as well as their normal menu. So when you're in the mood for great wood-fried pizzas, handcraft coal-fired burgers, or our all-inspiring duck fat fries, head over to the Federal Tap House. That's the Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street in downtown Lancaster, open by 11:30 every day of the week.
Into the top half of the 6th inning, Garrett Weber, Lastings Millage, and Nate Coronado are scheduled against Brent Marshall, who's not had a bad game. Only 4 hits in 5 innings. He has walked 3, but all the runs are unearned. Garrett Weber to lead off. He is 0 for 2 and has scored a run. Hit into a very fielder's choice back in the 4th inning. He was batting with runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 out against a drawn-in infield. Slapped a ground ball right to the second baseman, Prince. And Prince was able to get the out on the runner at second base. First pitch swinging here, and it's wrapped to third. Pounds comes up firing. Weber's retired 5-3. 1 down for Lastings Millage. Lastings hitless in 2 tries today. And after reaching on the error in the 4th inning. A very quick out on Weber to start the inning. Last inning, Rico Noel grounded out on the first pitch. And the Barnstormers ended up forcing Marshall to throw a lot more, eventually picking up 2 walks. Shortstop Coronado is on deck. He has the biggest hit of this game. The motion and a Millage. First pitch buried in there for a called strike. It is 0-1. We have seen these games, and I'm not saying this afternoon is going to be one, where the Barnstormers have some offense early and it just peters out. Upstairs, a ball. It is 1-1. But reinforcements are coming. Barnstormers will have a couple of lefty sticks coming in. And until they start playing, you really don't know what you have. Side to Millage. I think was going to be up there. Certainly taking a pitch, trying to have a longer at bat right now, and Marshall has cooperated with him. The 2-1 on the way, fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody is throwing. Sugar Land Skeeters bullpen. To worry about playing tomorrow night. The Barnstormers do not. Oh, Ross can use the bullpen today to his heart's content. Ball 3 is low to Lastings. That one was close. Marshall looked like he wanted it. And now a full count. 3 walks for Marshall today. It's not unusual. He has 2 strikeouts along the way. Payoff to Millage. It's ball 4. Lancaster gets a base runner. 1 out here in the 6th inning. 52nd walk given up by the league leader, Brett Marshall. Now here is Nate Coronado. Is get a quick comebacker on a check swing. It's another instance of the first pitch of the inning being turned into an out. That happened back in the 3rd. And then in the 4th inning, a big 2-run triple to dead center over the head of Cole Gillespie. Lastings Millage, the runner at first with 1 away. He'll get a throw from Marshall. It's 10 steals, but it's been a while. Barnstormers are trying to rebuild the depth that they had much earlier this season. Sharp breaking ball, good for a strike to Coronado. 1. They'll still need 1 more infielder to completely fill in the puzzle. Coronado has handled shortstop fairly well. The 0-1 to him, check swing, it's low, a ball and a strike. With Ross Peoples to see whether or not Millage is in motion. Marshall will fire over to check him. Action begins. Right-hander throwing in the Sugar Land pen. It looks like Manny Corpus. Coronado takes ball 2 outside. Nessie saves another one. Marshall has not been charged with a wild pitch in this game because of the man behind the plate. Millage, the base runner. Taking a moderate lead at best, inching it out a little bit more. He's going to stay put. Coronado rolls the 2-1 on the left side. Dug up nicely by Pounds out at second. Throw back to first. Doubles up Coronado. Brian Pounds got to that one in a hurry, going to his left. No runs, no hits, no errors, and leave anybody. We'll go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, up by a score of 3-0. Enjoy great ballpark food at discount prices. The Lancaster Barnstormers offer numerous chances to enjoy your favorite ballpark foods this summer. On Sundays, Burke's hot dogs are only $1 all game long. Hess's Barbecue brings back the all-you-can-eat pig roast on Mondays and all-you-can-eat chicken and ribs on Tuesdays. Tuesdays are also Fill Your Tummy nights at the stadium, where for only $10, you can stuff yourselves with popcorn, hot dogs, fries, nachos, and soda. Upstairs, we have Pat's Pizza and Pinball Mondays and Fat Pig's Wing Wednesdays, where you can pair food and beer with a Barnstormers game. Barnstormers baseball, make a night of it.
Silicon, microprocessors, and thousands of lines of code. Raw elements transformed into innovation by Lexus. For a limited time, experience advanced safety technology for yourself at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. But hurry, these offers won't last. Now through September 5th. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Bottom half of the sixth inning, Prince Aarons and Scott scheduled against right-hander Brian Evans. He's the 3-0 lead in here. Everything else tonight around the Atlantic League. There are some major league games underway, including the Phillies. They own a 4-2 lead at Miami. Top half of the sixth inning. Chicago Cubs are up 3-0 at Atlanta in the top half of the sixth. First pitch to Josh Prince is outside. Prince a strikeout victim both times swinging. Yankees and the Twins are underway. No score in the middle of the second. Evans comes back and he dances another one outside and low. 2 balls. Mariners and the Astros to start reasonably soon, just up the road. You can see the Houston skyline from the top floor of the hotel. High fly ball here, out to left field. Put it in, backing up, has plenty of time to recover. Prince retired for the first out here in the sixth. That'll bring on Aarons, who has grounded out and walked. Padres and the Rockies also on tap this afternoon out in Denver. Tampa Bay at Oakland, Cleveland at San Francisco. Those are day games. Milwaukee at Pittsburgh tonight. Texas is at Baltimore. St. Louis at the New York Mets. Arizona at Cincinnati. Toronto at Boston. The Dodgers are in Chicago against the White Sox. Detroit's at Kansas City. And Washington at Anaheim. Beautiful breaking ball for a strike on Aarons. It is 0-1. Barnstormers have held a 3-0 lead since the top of the fourth inning. Ground ball toward the hole at short. Coronado with the pick. Sidearm throw. Did he get enough on it? He did. And Aarons is retired. Nice play by Coronado. 2 outs. Travis Scott to the plate. He is 0 for 2.
Now batting, first baseman, number 16, Travis Scott.
I shudder to think where this series would have gone if the Barnstormers not found Coronado. And they weren't in a position to be fussy. He's from Philadelphia, readily available. Released after playing 5 games at rookie level Grand Junction in the Pioneer League, part of the Colorado Rockies farm system. Here's Travis Scott taking a ball low. 1-0. Anticipated Frias getting signed. I think there was greater concern about that right hand. Ball 2 is outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes to Travis Scott. Brian Pounds on deck, and he has been the one thorn, really, for Evans here today. 2-0 to Scott. Evans will come back. It's fouled to the screen. We get to 2-1. Defense largely straight up here. Millage slightly toward left center. 2-1 pitch fired high, ball 3. Signal given by Tyler Clark. The pitch hit well, left field. Back on this goes Robinson. Robinson to the wall, looking up, and the walls will not contain it. The shutout is broken. Travis Scott going to the opposite field for a home run, his 8th of the season. It's now a 3-1 ball game. It did not look like that had enough off the bat. Robinson didn't think so either. And you want to talk about a ball just getting over the wall. That one really did. The scoreboard out in left field. And Travis Scott, with his first home run against the Barnstormers this year, makes it a 3-1 ball game. Brian Pound stepping in. He has a couple of base hits. Singles to left and to left center. Evans will go to work, and there's a little flare. That's another base hit for Pounds, and Cole Gillespie will step in. It's developed awfully quickly against Evans here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He had 2 outs, nobody on, did not want to walk Travis Scott. Scott can yank the ball in Lancaster. We've seen him do it often over the years. He has 7 home runs at Clipper Magazine Stadium, but he also has a very good opposite field swing for this ballpark. He gets the home run, Pounds the single, and now Gillespie steps in with a chance. Gillespie hit, and he is hit into a force play. Evans out of the stretch, deals to Gillespie a strike. It is 0-1. No action in the Lancaster bullpen. Action continues on the Sugarland side. It would appear that Marshall will be coming out. One strike on Gillespie. Evans comes back, busts it high and wide. Ball 1, strike 1. The home run by Scott, the first extra base hit for the Skeeters here today. They've had a ton of them in this series. Here's a 1-0, or 1-1 rather. Gillespie lets it go, and ball 2 is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Designated hitter Wilfredo Rodriguez waits on deck. The home run by Scott was the 7th hit by the Skeeters. The Barnstormers to this point without. To Gillespie, 2-1 pitch, line drive. That's another base hit out the left field. On to second goes Pounds. Gillespie is on board. 3 hits in a row off of Evans. And this has been Brian's downfall over time with the Barnstormers. The strings of base hits. They'll just fall enough out of rhythm. They gives up a few hits in a row. Scott Patterson's going to pay a mound visit because all of a sudden the tying runs are on base with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Where does it go? Evans was in total control of this ball game. He was pitching a gem. The opposite field home run by Scott. It was anything but a Titan shot. Flared base hit into center for Pounds. Gillespie with a liner into left. Arguably the hardest hit ball out of the 3, and now Wilfredo Rodriguez can tie the game with an extra base hit. He's had his say. Reggie Liggins out to break things up. Men are out as Rodriguez steps in. Wilfredo Rodriguez, 1 out of 2 on the day. If the Scott home run didn't go through slats, it just cleared the railing above the left field fence. Rodriguez steps in with a fresh count. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Badly needs an out right now. Lancaster gets action going in the bullpen. First pitch strike. In on Rodriguez, it's 0-1. Looks like Kaohi Downing warming up in the Lancaster bullpen. Oh, 1 to Rodriguez. In on the hands, fouled back, a second strike. Very quickly 0-2. We thought we might get 7 out of Evans today. Right now, he's battling to get through this 6th inning. Lancaster still ahead 3-1. If Evans can get this out, the shape will still be good. 2 strikes on Wilfredo Rodriguez. Time called at the plate as Evans takes too long. Pounds will lead off second. Gillespie off first. He runs well. 0-2 due to Wilfredo Rodriguez. Evans comes back. The pitch, line drive, right field, and a base hit. Up with it in a hurry is Garner, and they'll hold Pounds at third. Strong throw in from Cole, but up the third baseline. Derek Miller now batting with the bases loaded. 4 hits in a row for the Sugar Land Skeeters. And that was an 0-2 pitch. Miller has popped out and hit a soft liner to the shortstop. 0 for 2 on the day. But all of a sudden, this leads on the line, coming with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Home run, single. Pounds, Gillespie, and Rodriguez occupy the bases. Derek Miller following 3 straight right-handed batters with base hits. Another one with Gillespie at second base could tie this ball game. Evans to the set and to Miller. High fly ball left field, shallow. On comes Robinson. He is there to take it. And Evans is out of some serious danger here in the 6th inning. It's 1 run on 4 hits for Sugar Land with no errors. They leave 3 and will hit the 7th inning with the Barnstormers still ahead 3-1. Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? Degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Music this summer at Clipper Magazine Stadium. No matter what your taste in music might be, we have a night for you. Rock, oldies, country, funk, jazz, covered over 8 weekend nights this season. Each of those evenings will kick off with a Barnstormers game at 6:30. Following the baseball action, music will take the spotlight to complete our header. Check your Lancaster Barnstormers pocket schedule or our website at www.lancasterbarnstormers.com to check out the concert dates. Barnstormers baseball. Make a night of it.
On 4 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on base for the Barnstormers. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. And Sugar Land is now stranded 7 after leaving the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th. Tyler Clark, Rico Noel, and Trayvon Robinson will be facing Manny Corpus as we go to the 7th inning. Corpus is 1-3 with a 7.58. Third time we have seen him in this series. Have had success against Corpus. Quite a bit of success against Corpus in this series. They've scored 6 runs in 2 innings. Clark has doubled and he has struck out today, 1 out of 2. The motion by Corpus, the pitch inside off the glove of Nessie. It's Brett Marshall, walked 4 in 6 innings, but he allowed only 4 hits, 3 unearned runs. He struck out 2 along the way. Clark batting at 1-0. Next offering, he tries to bunt his way on and pops it up foul over the screen. It hits off the girders of the upper level. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not opposed to that idea. Clark runs very well. Corpus a little bit. He'll turn 35 in December. Here's the 1-1. Tyler Clark, a line drive out the center, hustling in Gillespie. He'll glove it, 1 away. There have been some hard hit outs for the Barnstormers at times today. Rico Noel will step in. He's 0 for 3. Barnstormers without a hit since the triple by Coronado in the 4th. Though they've had chances, they've walked time since then and 3 loud outs. Noel digging in. Corpus ready to go, and Rico drops a bunt over toward third. The third baseman Pounds read it, and he'll gun him down. Marvelous play by Brian Pounds. 2 outs in the inning. And Trayvon Robinson stepping in. Bunted a little bit too hard by Rico, and Pounds recognized it right away. He jumped on it and made a beautiful, strong throw. 2 away. Here's Robinson, 0 for 3. Barnstormers somehow need to bridge 9 precious outs. They're going to go to the bullpen, it appears. Right-handers. It'll be a quality start for Evans. Strike called at the knees on Robinson. He almost had to take one there. Ball is low, 1-1. 5th quality start has come out and pitched well. Robinson, he lined out his last time up, trying to extend a hitting streak to 7, swinging a foul back. Corpus has him at 1-2. Long Island coming in on Friday. 3-game weekend series against the Ducks. 6:30 starts Friday and Saturday, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and plenty of excitement coming up as part of the 2nd annual farm show. Here's a 1-2, Corpus to Robinson. Fouled over toward Josh Bell. Trayvon sticks around with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nessie, Benson, and Prince are due up in the 7th. And I believe that is Downing warming up in the bullpen, and that would make sense. He did not pitch here last night. Threw an inning on 1-2. Ball 2, inside and low. Robinson able to prolong the inning and give the bullpen a little more time to get ready. Though he was up and throwing before the final out was recorded in the 6th. 4 straight hits off of Evans in that 6th inning. He may have faded a bit in this humidity. To Robinson, 2-2 offering. Ground ball slowly hit right side. Prince will get to it and throw him out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Manny Corpus. The Barnstormers go their 3rd straight inning without a base hit. Now we've reached the 7th inning stretch. And Sugarland won.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Fan, be in the know as soon as it happens. We have a number of social media options for you to stay in touch with everything Stormers. Know what Silo's up to, the latest player moves, game results, schedule changes, and be the first to get in on surprise flash deals. Or simply buy our tickets or ask us questions. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, watch us, be a part of the growing Barnstormers family on social media.
The Barnstormers bullpen needs to cover 9 outs. Backing up Brian Evans. Kaohi Downing coming in here in the 7th inning. Evans went 6, allowing 7 hits, 1 run. He walked 1, struck out 5. The run on the Travis Scott homer with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And then the next 3 batters proceeded to single off of Evans. Lancaster did not plan on getting the bullpen going until then. And Downing now finds himself into a ball game here this afternoon. Kaohi Downing, 2-0 with a 2.88 ERA. This is his 33rd appearance of the year. 25 hits, 11 earned runs allowed in 34 and 1/3 innings. Santiago Nessie, Joe Benson, and Josh Prince, all right-handed batters, scheduled to face Downing here in the 7th inning. Maintaining his 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Now 85 and 17. He was close to it a year ago. And he finishes the day as the number 5 man on the Barnstormers all-time strikeout list at 240. His next start will be at New Britain on Monday. So he should be able to pass Nate Reed there. Reed at 243. If he has a really, really big night, he can catch Ackerman. Here is Santiago Nessie, 0 for 2. Right-hander Kaohi Downing. In the game Monday night, he gave up a base Benson, a walk to Prince, and got Anthony Giansani to ground into a double play. Downing ready to go. First pitch to Nessie. Swing and a foul tip. It is 0-1. It'll really be a great thing if the Barnstormers can win today, get these last 9 outs, and head home having taken 4 out of 6 down here in Texas. They will ultimately play 17 of their first 23 games of the second half on the road. And the first half was similar. But if the Barnstormers can hang in through that, then the schedule will turn to their favor. Swing and a miss. It is 0-2. More action in the bullpen for Sugarland. Right-hander is tuning up. Downing goes to work. Nessie swings and misses on 3 pitches. 1 out here in the 7th. Benson coming around. He is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a liner to center that I thought looked like a certain base hit off the bat. And then Lastings Millich raced in, lunged forward, and held on. We've seen a couple of very nice plays in the outfield today. That one, Derek Miller robbing Cole Garner in the 5th inning. Garner, a really nice running catch against Nessie in the 5th inning. Downing to the plate, outside and low to Benson. Ball 1, no strikes. Josh Prince waits on deck. Left-hander Daniel Moscas beginning to throw in the bullpen. I think he'll get the 8th inning in this one. Foul ball back, hopefully not needed here in the 7th. And then Carter for the 9th. Scott Schumann did not look good last night. Gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. He's normally the setup guy, and it was in a mop-up type role, so you might be able to write it off, but he's not 100%. And I think Ross would be better suited to let Scott rest until Friday. 1 ball, 1 strike. Downing to Benson. Nasty breaking ball for a second strike. It is 1-2. It's been quite a nice run for Kaohe Downing. Benson awaiting the 1-2, and it almost hit him. Somehow Benson got out of the way, and I wasn't absolutely sure it didn't nick a loose sleeve or something, but it didn't. Ball 2, 2 strikes, 1 out. Lancaster up 3-1, bottom of the 7th inning. The Barnstormers scored all their runs with 2 outs in the 4th. They were all unearned. 2-2 to Benson, swing and a miss. Downing is fan 2. It'll bring on Josh Prince, who has struck out twice and flied to left. Well, if all goes as planned, Moskus will face Aarons, Scott, and Pounds in the 8th inning. And if he can get 3 in a row, then Carter would be matched up against Gillespie, Rodriguez, and Miller in the 9th. 2 men are gone. Josh Prince stands in, swinging a foul ball back. First contact made against Kaohe Downing. The one-time outfielder, one-time infielder, continuing to morph in his baseball career. Nothing in 1 here. Fly ball to right field. Should be little trouble for Cole Garner. Cole is there. It's a 1-2-3 inning, a very basic one for Downing. Through the 7th. Lancaster will look for insurance in the 8th with a 3-1 lead.
Juggle the kids, sports, homework, housework, and squeeze in a moment for yourself. There isn't much time left to plan activities to keep your family having fun together. So give yourself a break and head to Strasburg Railroad, where the 45-minute steam train ride is just the beginning. There are family-friendly train events, vintage baseball, shop tours, a steampunk weekend, plus our popular Day Out with Thomas trains. The fun is as endless as your imagination. Reserve your tickets at strasburgrailroad.com.
The Federal Tap House is a great place to stop by after a Barnstormers game and continue your enjoyable evening in downtown Lancaster. Featuring 100 beers on tap, including many craft beers from here in Central PA. Has something for everyone's palate, not to mention a full bar and elegant wine selection for the non-beer geeks in the group. For the entire lineup of brews, check online at federaltaphouse.com. That's at Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street, just blocks from Clipper Magazine Stadium, or at their other location in Harrisburg.
Right-hander Trey Haley comes into the ball game now. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall from Nacogdoches, Texas. 27 years of age is Haley. He gets Bell, Halton, and Garner in the Barnstormers half of the 8th inning. Lancaster ahead by a couple. There is a breeze blowing out to left. That may have been just enough to get the fly ball by Scott out of here. That's the only Sugarland run of the day. The Barnstormers with 3. First scoring on an error, Coronado a 2-run triple. That's the story of the day, that Lancaster would like to be able to strike here late. Haley has been very solid. This is his 30th appearance. He is 1-1 with a 2.51 earned run average. He's given up only 8 runs in 28 2/3 innings. He does have a problem with the base on balls. He has walked 21 in those 28 2/3 innings. Dustin Richardson is the most often used Sugar Land reliever. He's been in 36 games. Andrew Johnston, 35. The Barnstormers have 7 relievers who have appeared from 31 through 35 games. Downing has just been in his 33rd. The most is Kevin Munson with 35 appearances. Bell stepping in to lead off against Haley here in the 8th. Josh has struck out looking, and he has walked twice, scoring once. There have been some hard hit outs. Nothing getting down. Haley will go to work on Bell. The ball is low, 1-0. Manny Corpus worked the 7th inning. And got a 1-2-3 frame. Clark lining out. Noel bunting into an out. Robinson a slow grounder handled by Prince on the right side. 1-0 to Josh. He takes a rip and skies it to shallow center. Jogging in Gillespie. He's there, 1 out. Halton to the plate. Sean has popped the short, doubled, and walked.
First baseman, number 19, Sean.
61 innings, 61 and a third now, since the Barnstormers' last home run. I'm going to, once I get back into Lancaster, have to day-by-day logs to see if there has ever been a spell this long without a home run. Something tells me that there have been 1 or 2. I'm not sure what the record is. I'm going to have to go back to look. First pitch strike to Halton. It is 0-1. And it's not like conditions haven't been there. We mentioned Sugar Land has hit 7 homers in this series. Oh, 0-1 here to the Barnstormer first baseman. Haley ready to go. He comes back. That's well inside. Ball 1, strike 1. Cole Garner waits on deck. Garner's come the closest a couple of times in this series. Halton did hit a fly ball off the wall the other night for a triple. Garner hit one completely out of the ballpark, but foul the other night. And he has the double off the fence in right center today. Halton awaits the 1-1. It's a breaking ball, missing inside and low. 2 balls and a strike. Only 4 hits for the Barnstormers in the game, all for extra bases, and all in innings 2 through 4. Haley goes to work 2-1. Halton with a swing and a foul off to the right. Coming over on it is Benson. That win may be keeping the ball in play, and that is Benson has disappeared. The first base umpire, Ken Langford, goes out and signals out. A foul fly ball down the right field line. The wind kept it in play. Halton is retired. Benson over there and completely vanished. And I don't know if he got gate. He may have. Ken Langford had to go all the way down the right field line to see what was going on. 2 men are down. Here's Cole Garner, 1 for 3. Garner's hit the ball pretty well today. Aarons, Scott, and Pounds due up in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and Lancaster has switched off, and they've got a right-hander throwing, and that may be Schumann. Breaking ball to Garner, gets the plate, strike 1. Sugar Land's bullpen was a mess in the first game of this series. The Barnstormers scored 6 runs in the last 3 innings, but it's done pretty well since. Garner with a foul ball back to the screen. We go to 0-2. Garrett Weber in the on-deck circle. Two strikes to Garner. Haley ready to go to work. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, chopped foul up the third base side. Still 2 strikes. Garner has 5 hits, 3 of them for extra bases. Haley with the next offering, cut on and missed. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Haley. Barnstormers aren't getting much done at the moment. We're going to go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Lancaster continuing to lead 3-1.
Gockenauer Appliances in East Petersburg is your hometown appliance store with hometown values. We always give back to our community, and this year we are proud to be a sponsor of the East Petersburg Amphitheater Project. Stop in and purchase from us and keep your money here, helping others in your community. We are back again this season with a $25,000 giveaway at the stadium, and you can stop in and register for a Barnstormers game jersey. We want to be your appliance store and give back to all of you. Gockenauer Appliances in East Petersburg.
Hey, Jane, check it out. 2 brand new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yeah, you just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
And with Payday, you could win Progressive top prizes instantly.
Instantly? That's fast.
Not faster than me drinking this frozen slush.
You okay?
Ouch. Headache.
Oh.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Scott Schumann gets the call for the 8th inning. This is the role he has earned. Last night, a rough one and a mop-up role. He gave up 5 hits and 4 runs in the 7th inning last night. If you followed what Ross Peoples has done with the bullpen this year, he really likes to get his relievers back out there immediately. Schumann 3-0, and his ERA 2.7 now. 29 hits, 10 runs all earned in 33 1/3 innings. He has walked 11, struck out 42. Kevin Ahrens, Travis Scott, and Brian Pounds will face him here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Barnstormers with another game where the offense has just vanished since the early innings. And you can go through spells like that. We've seen it before. The one game the Barnstormers were in going into the late innings and had a chance to rally was Friday night, and they did rally. They came back and pulled out the 7-4 win. Ahrens leads off here in the 8th. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. 6 innings for Brian Evans today, a quality start. Counting, throwing the 7, striking out 2, and getting an innocent fly ball. Now here is Ahrens against Schumann. Right-hander from Valdosta, Georgia, goes to work. Ahrens takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Schumann was greeted last night by a double to right center off the bat of Cole Gillespie. He ended up giving up Scott again the other way. Ahrens bats 0-1. Schumann to the plate, swinging a foul ball back for a second strike. But a different situation here in this day game with the Barnstormers leading by 2. A hold opportunity for Schumann. No balls, 2. Schumann ready to go, and the pitch, he got him. Breaking ball, Ahrens totally fooled and couldn't hold the momentum of the bat. 1 out, Scott stepping in, hit the home run to break up the shutout back in the 6th inning. Brian Pounds will follow him. 5 outs left to get for the Barnstormers here today. I would have to think that guys are pretty well sapped being out there on the field today. Last I checked, 104-degree heat index. Swing and a miss by Scott. That's 4 pitches, 4 strikes today. And that's great to see. Coming off last night, Ross has done it all year. And by and large, it's worked like a charm. You don't let that bad outing linger. The heat index, by the way, is now 106 here in Sugar Land. I can't imagine what it is on the field. Popped up by Scott, back out of play. Quickly 0-2. Weber, Millage, and Coronado will bat in the 9th inning. The Barnstormers will be looking for some insurance. Nothing in 2 to Scott. Schumann ready to go. The pitch bounces to the plate. The dirt circle. Looked like it completely slipped out of Schumann's hands. Thanks. Schumann ready to deliver. 1-2, and Scott goes too far. He's gone on strikes. 2 in a row. Ryan Pounds will step in. Pounds 3 for 3 to. And he's on what may be his first hot stretch of the season. 8 out of his last 14. Gillespie, the center fielder, waiting on deck. Pounds, the one guy in the lineup that did not get to see Schumann last night. Singles to left, left, center, and center for Pounds in the ball game off the starter Evans. Schumann to the plate, drops his breaking ball in for strike 1. Boy, as hard as Schumann got hit last night, he's come out today, and he has not missed the strike zone except for that pitch that bounced to Scott. 2 strikeouts. He's ahead of Pounds, 0-1. Schumann brings it home. That is lined out to deep left field. Back on it goes Trayvon Robinson to make the catch. All over everything, but this time it is caught. A 1-2-3 inning for Schumann. Bottom half of the 8th. Gotta love that bounce back from last night. We'll head into the 9th with the Barnstormers ahead 3-1.
We can't help but always want more, especially on the road. More horsepower, heightened handling, elevated design. Get more out of your drive with the Lexus IS. Bold styling, track-tuned handling, available 306 horsepower. Experience the exhilaration of the IS 350, IS all-wheel drive, and IS Turbo. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
And music this summer at Clipper Magazine Stadium. No matter what your taste in music might be, we have a night for you. Rock, oldies, country, funk, jazz. We have it all covered over 8 weekend nights this season. Each of those evenings will kick off with a Barnstormers game at 6:30. Following the baseball action, music will take the spotlight to complete our entertainment doubleheader. Check your Lancaster Barnstormers pocket schedule or our website at www.lancasterbarnstormers.com to check out the concert dates. Barnstormers Baseball. Make a night of it.
Mark Haynes will be the third right-handed reliever used by Gary Gaetti in the game today. He sees Weber, Millage, and Coronado in the top of the ninth inning. Lancaster with the 3-1 lead. Gillespie, Rodriguez, and Miller are scheduled in the bottom of the ninth, and they will get Anthony Carter. Howie Downing and Scott Schumann with basically matching innings. Downing had to throw one more pitch, 2 strikeouts, and a put out for an outfielder. The only difference was that Josh Prince hit a lazy fly to right against Downing, and Ryan Pounds a sharp liner to left off of Schumann. Here's Garrett Weber, hitless the last couple of ball games. Today he has scored a run. He's hit a fly ball to right, a grounder to third, and he's reached on a fielder's choice. Lancaster without a base hit since the 4th inning. They scored all 3 of their runs there. All were unearned against the starter, Brett Marshall. Haynes ready to go. And a nice looking breaking ball for a strike to Weber. It is 0-1. The Barnstormers need 3 more precious outs, and they'll win this series and head home over 500 to take on the Ducks. Chopper to third. Pounds comes up firing. Boy, he's had a good day. 1 out, defensively very solid. Third base is by far and away Brian's best position. Now with 1 away, here's Lastings Millage, 0 for 2 with a walk. Lastings getting a kick out of the way they just introduced him. He's down there laughing, and he has to recompose himself outside the batter's box, playing the theme from Titanic. Haynes ready to go. Millage shows bunt, takes a big breaking ball for a called strike. It is 0-1. And spectacular on both sides. We'll look to finish it off being equally as sharp. Fastball upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Haynes getting the sign. Millage checks and takes strike 2. It's 1-2. You get these fresh relievers. They have places where they can sit underneath out of the sun down in the bullpens here. And they're coming out against guys who have been standing out on the field on a day where the heat index is 106 and probably higher than that on the playing surface here at Constellation. That's almost a mismatch. Right now, that plays in the Barnstormers' favor. Lead, and hopefully can get 3 quick outs in the 9th inning. 2-2 here on Millage. Haynes ready to go, and it's popped up foul, straight back out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coronado is on deck. This team's fun. To Millage, 2-2, breaking ball, 3 and 2 strikes. You know Cole Garner, you know what to expect out of him when the Barnstormers get back home. I really think you're going to like Nate Coronado. He's a big guy and a very lively fellow. 3 balls, 2 strikes, payoff pitch. Millage, it's delivered, ground ball left side. There's Pounds again to his left. He's had a brilliant day defensively. 2 outs. Then he wrapped into a double play started by Pounds back in the 6th inning. I say brilliant day, I mean brilliant last 4 innings. 5 assists for the Sugarland third baseman over that span, and a couple of them not so easy. Coronado digs in. 1 out of 3, but the biggest hit of the day, a triple. Back in the 4th inning, dead center field, giving the Barnstormers at that point a 3-0 lead. Haynes to the plate, Coronado taking strike 1. Barnstormers' last base runner was Millage on a walk in the 6th inning. The Sugarland staff has retired 9 in a row. Barnstormers pitchers getting 7 straight. Coronado foul ball back to the screen. Quickly it is 0-2. Tyler Clark, today's catcher, waiting on deck. Here comes the 0-2. Coronado with a pop fly down the first base side, racing back Scott. He won't get it. It's also foul. Still 2 strikes to Coronado. I don't know where they would do it, but if Carter comes in the game as we expect, Sugarland could contemplate using Albert Cordero as a pinch hitter. Cordero doubled off of Anthony last night, and left-handed batters do a lot better against Carter than right-handed hitters do. They've got all right-handed batters scheduled. There's not much left-handed at all in the Sugarland Ball Club. Ground ball towards shortstop. Ahrens will field to his left. He'll fire on to get Coronado. Haynes posts a 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the 9th. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. Gillespie, Rodriguez, Miller, unless Gary Gaetti decides to use his bench. The score is the Barnstormers 3 and the Sugarland Skeeters 1.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
The Barnstormers 6'4" closer, Anthony Carter, has come on for the bottom half of the 9th inning. Carter from Lawrenceville, Georgia. First season here in the Atlantic League. 3-2 with a 4.45 ERA, but 17 saves. He's allowed 37 hits and 16 runs in 32 and a third innings. 6 walks, 32 strikeouts. He faced 4 batters last night, striking out 3 and giving up a double. Carter with the save in the opener of this series back on Friday. Here's Cole Gillespie, 1 for 3 for Gillespie on the afternoon. Do these hitters have enough to catch up to Carter in 95+ mile an hour fastballs and pretty good breaking ball as well? Anthony goes to work. Here's his first pitch. It is low. Ball 1 on Gillespie, 1-0. Downing, a perfect inning with 2 strikeouts. Schumann, a perfect inning with 2 strikeouts. Carter has fallen behind Gillespie. 1 ball, no strikes. Anthony comes back, brings it home. It's fouled to the screen to get the 1-1. Barnstormers jumped ahead with the 3 spot in the 4th inning. Sugar Land answered with the Travis Scott homer in the 6th and then loaded the bases after that. Derek Miller fly to left field, closing out that inning with 3 left on base. To Gillespie, 1-1, breaking ball, chipped out to shallow right center field. Coming on is Garner to make the catch, 1 away. Always important to get that leadoff batter in a save situation. Wilfredo Rodriguez will step in. What a thorn this guy has been over the course of this series. Rodriguez, 2 for 3 today, 6 for 12 in this set. Batting with 1 out, nobody on base. Derek Miller is scheduled on deck. That's Cordero out there, and I'm not surprised. Carter's pitch looped out the shallow center, and on is Millage to make the play. Ball traveled a little bit more than I thought it was going to. 2 are gone. Cordero will pinch hit for Miller. Santiago Nessie, the catcher, is due next. They have Giansani available, and that's who's in the on-deck circle. What's a full roster? I've forgotten. We'll find out again, I think, by Friday. Albert Cordero, switch hitting catcher by trade. But he doubled off of Carter last night, so Gary Gaetti thinking, why not here? 2 outs, nobody on. Carter goes to work, and it is ball 1 inside and low to Cordero, 1-0. Albert Cordero hitting .246 with 3 home runs and 21 driven in. No, bounce, nice stab by Carter on the hill. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. That ball headed up the middle. Anthony Carter stopped it. It's the second marvelous defensive play he's made in the last few outings. Barnstormers come down to Texas and put a dagger deep in the heart of Texas early in the second half, taking 4 out of 6 on the road. We'll be back with the wrap-up show coming your way next. Our final score, the Lancaster Barnstormers 3 and the Sugar Land Skeeters 1.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Not only does the Federal Tap House have the largest selection of craft draft beers in Lancaster City, they have amazing food to go along with those elite beers. Open every day for both lunch and dinner, their menu has something for everyone, including a special lunch menu available every Monday through Friday, as well as their normal menu. So when you're in the mood for great wood-fried pizzas, handcraft coal-fired burgers, or our all-inspiring duck fat fries, head over to the Federal Tap House. That's the Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street in downtown Lancaster, open by 11:30 every day of the week.
Well, here in Sugar Land, they interview the star of the game, one side or the other, and Nate Coronado again getting some love here. We had him on our dugout report the other night. He had a spectacular series, may very well have been the MVP of the series here at Sugar Land. The Barnstormers taking 4 out of 6 against the ball club from the Lone Star State. Today, 3 runs on only 4 hits for the Barnstormers. No errors, 5 left. Sugar Land, 1 run, 7 hits with 1 error, 7 men left on base. Brian Evans picking up the win. He is now 6-3 on the year. He was stellar for 5 2/3 innings today, and then the chain of base hits again. Fortunately, he got out of it with just the 1 run scoring. 7 hits, 1 run in 6 innings for Evans. He walked 1, struck out 5, improving to 6-3 on the season. Brett Marshall pitched well, a quality start for him also. He falls to 6-5, all the runs against Marshall unearned here today. The save to Anthony Carter, his 18th of the season. Anthony has converted 17 in a row, and it just seems that he is getting better as time goes on. No home runs in the game today, 2 hours, 37 minutes. The time of the contest in front of 5,347 here at Constellation Field. The story of the ball game, largely pitching here today. The bullpens were perfect. 6 combined innings for the relief staffs today. No hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. But the Barnstormers had the lead going in. The reason why, the top of the 4th. Josh Bell led off with a base on balls against Marshall. Sean Halton then cracked the double down the left field line, sending Bell to third. It looked like Marshall was out of the inning. He got Cole Garner on a shallow fly ball to right, and then Garrett Weber hit a ground ball right to second baseman Josh Prince with the infield drawn in. Bell didn't move. Halton did. It created chaos on the bases. Halton was tagged out. Lancaster was left with runners at first and third, 2 outs. Lastings Millage hit what seemed to be a harmless ground ball towards shortstop, but it took a funny low hop, I think, off the edge of the grass. Able to react to it. He was charged with an error as Bell scored a run. Then Coronado with a triple over the head of the center fielder. Cole Gillespie driving in 2 runs. The Barnstormers with a 3-0 lead. Travis Scott with the home run to break up the Brian Evans shutout in the bottom of the 6th. 3 straight singles followed that, but the third one was too sharp to be able to score pounds from second base. Derek Miller flied out to left, ending the 6th inning. As I said, the bullpens on both sides absolutely perfect today. And who's the last guy out there signing autographs? Our man, Nate Coronado. He's loving life. We'll be back with a quick look at the out-of-town schedule as much as scores in just a moment on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Localflavor.com, localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com. Local Flavor. Come on, everybody. Localflavor.com. Local Flavor. Localflavor.com. Local Flavor.
Barnstormers take a 3-1 decision from the Sugar Land Skeeters today. This ball game was absolutely what was needed for both these ball clubs in this series, more so the Barnstormers since they won it. But we had some long, drawn-out romps here the last 4 nights. Today, the pitching very, very sharp on both sides. Just the one error by Kevin Ahrens enabling the Barnstormers to pick up the victory this afternoon, 3-1. Over the Sugar Land Skeeters. The rest of the action in the Atlantic League coming up tonight. It will be New Britain at Long Island, York at Southern Maryland, and Somerset at Bridgeport. Those series continue. The Barnstormers can be no worse than in sole possession of second place in the Freedom Division at the end of the day. To update you on the games in the major leagues, the Phillies winning 7-3 down in South Florida. They are in the top half of the 9th inning. Chicago Cubs with a 7-2 lead at Atlanta through 8. Minnesota owns a 6-0 lead over the Yankees. They go to the top half of the 6th inning at Target Field. Miguel Sano with his 23rd home run in that game. The Astros have a 1-0 lead over the Mariners. They go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. San Diego is at Colorado. They will be starting shortly. Tampa Bay at Oakland, Cleveland at San Francisco, also day games out west. Tonight it will be Milwaukee at Pittsburgh. Texas is at Baltimore. St. Louis at Citi Field against the Mets. Arizona at Cincinnati. Toronto at Boston. The LA Dodgers on the south side of Chicago against the White Sox. It will be Detroit at Kansas City and Washington in Anaheim against the LA Angels. Now have approximately 52 hours before they take the field again. They will match up against the Long Island Ducks come Friday night. Lancaster will have Jarrett Leverett on the mound. He will be opposed by left-hander Rafael Perez, it is believed, though not set in stone. Game time is 6:30 at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We'll be on Blue Ridge Cable at the 6:30 hour here on Friday night, the Barnstormers against the Long Island Ducks. So join us there. Enjoy the next couple of days. Get ready to make sure you come on out at some point to enjoy the Farm Show, Barnstormers baseball, and either pre or post-game entertainment with Lolo Chariot Friday night, fireworks on Saturday, and on Sunday, the Cowboy Monkey Rodeo. So until then, for all the cast and crew back at Clipper Magazine Stadium, I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone. We'll see you at the ballpark.